I'm going to demonstrate my new product here. This is a Dominion case and play surface all in one. This is compatible with my Nerdbox system. So if you have gotten a Nerdbox to store your Dominion cards, whether it's part of the Dominion bundle or not, this is entirely compatible with that. As a matter of fact, if you get this and you already have my Dominion bundle with some of the bit boxes and adventure token organizer and mats stored in there and such, this will cost you a little bit less since you've already gotten some of the things that otherwise you would have to buy that come in here if you're buying this as your first product from me. Also, it will free up extra room in your Nerdbox storage, so it will actually make those more valuable for you going forward as well. So let's take a look at what we've got here. You can see I've got these all wooden hinges here. There's actually no metal in those at all. It's entirely made of wood. I have little nylon latches here, very similar to the ones that are found on the Nerdbox. Also, I've got this lip that goes along the outside. These hold the feet of a Nerdbox. You could put a Nerdbox stacked on top of here, or this has the same kind of feet that a Nerdbox does, so you could fit this into the lid of one of those. If you've already bought some Dominion products from me, this is fully compatible with all of those. So it's not something where it's like, oh, that's old and busted, here's the new hotness. No, this is fully compatible with it and will only make the other things you may have already bought from me or may buy from me in the future more valuable to you. Although it also does stand on its own if you haven't bought any of my other Dominion products. So let's take a look at what is inside. I'm going to open the little latches here. You see, I just pull these out like that, put on both sides. And with that done, I can rotate these out. Oh, and right here, this is a late prototype. So this was before I was an officially licensed Dominion accessories maker. So this is my old Dominion logo that I would sell on these things. If you buy it from me now and you pay the extra money to have it engraved, it will have the actual official Dominion logo on it. So inside here, we have everything you need to play a game of Dominion. Right here, we have our kingdom cards. I have my estates, my duchies, my provinces. This is where I'm storing my colonies, which I'm not playing with in this particular game, but they're there. And your curses can be here as well. So those fit in this little thing. As you can see, I've got these little cutouts that make it easy to take any cards out of any of these sections, even if it's the last one in there. Underneath this, I have starting hands. So if I were playing a two-person game, I take these out and hand them out to folks. Three-person game, four-person game. I could put a fifth hand in here and have that ready if I want to play a five-person game. What I use this last one for here myself is shelters from the Dark Ages set. So at this point, I lift this set off, put it right here. Then I put my kingdom cards on top of it. And fits right in there like that. Treasure cards right here. Again, we got copper, silver, gold. If I'm playing with platinum, those are stored right here. Right now I've got them upside down. I do have this currently set up for a game that uses the alchemy cards with potion. So I have my potion cards turned right side up here. Otherwise these live upside down. By the way, you'll notice the extra depth that's in each of these. That's because I do not sleeve my cards, but I gave this enough extra height that if you do sleeve your cards, they should fit. The width and length of this also are made such that you should be able to have sleeved cards in here and have it work just fine. So I'm going to put this down right here. And you see that I've already got this pre-set up for a game. I've got all the kingdom cards out here for a game ready to go. You've got that friend who, whenever you bring up playing Dominion, just says, man, that just takes forever to set up. You know, I just don't feel like doing that. Let's play something else that's a lot quicker to get to. Well, you've now got your answer. You get your game set up before you go to game night, place this thing on the table, open it up, boom, you are ready to go immediately. So this, once again, has that same setup as we have for the kingdom cards, the opening hands, and the treasure cards. They lock in here, as you see, and then stored underneath here. I'm going to lift this out. are places to store all of your bits, all of your mats, and all of your adventure tokens. Again, this is a late version prototype. I've made some updates to some things here, including the logo. Not just the logo, I also have a slight update I've made to the adventure tokens set lately, but I haven't yet kept one for myself. So this is one of the older ones that I've got. So here are your adventure tokens. Whichever card you're playing with that has a particular set of tokens that you need to use, you go ahead and just pull those out and distribute them to players for that game. And then you can put the rest back in here for storage. We have your prosperity mats here. We can put those there. Your seaside and adventure tavern mats can all fit right here. This is tall enough to fit pretty much just all the seaside and adventure tavern mats, and maybe the trash mat if you've got the second edition of Dominion could all go right here. So what's the rest of the space here? Well, I've got my bit boxes here. So the way I have this currently set up, and these are once again slightly older versions of my bit boxes. They've been updated slightly since I made these, but I've got my debt tokens that live in there. My 5 victory point tokens in there. And I've got the other ones in here. Coins, 1 and 2 point victory tokens, and embargo. If you've got Renaissance cubes, you can get one for those as well. So in terms of what you can fit in here, I made the height of these such that you can fit these 2 deep if you like, which leaves you a lot of extra room. Also, these can go right here if you like. So a little bit of extra storage room there. If you get one of my thicker bit boxes, as some people do sometimes for either the 5 victory points, the coins, or the Renaissance cubes, those can fit easily in any of these sections here. So you can fit 2 deep of the standard ones, 1 deep of the deeper ones, and those will all fit in here. As for these 2 areas here, you can fit more bit boxes over here if you like. Once again, stacking them up the same way. Or I have also made this so that if you've got more mats, I notice they keep on coming out with more mats. One of the latest expansions that I actually haven't gotten yet, I see has some more mats. In that case, you can put more of these size mats in here as well. So if you've got your bit boxes stacked up over here and here, it leaves you a little bit more room here to be able to fit more mats in here. Once you get out whatever tokens and bits you're going to need for your game, I'm going to go ahead and put these back in here for the time being. We've got our starting hands out for our players. I'm going to put my kingdom card display back here where it was a moment ago. So then you're ready to play your game. Now, I have found that these slots here, if I don't currently have bit boxes sticking out of them, are great places to use just as your trash pile. So as you trash things, you can just shove them in right here. A nice convenient place to keep them. If you are playing with landmarks or events, I have personally found that sticking those right here, I know these aren't landmark and event cards right now, but sticking landmarks and events right here so that they can be seen easily by everyone. Right now I have this set up so that both rows of the kingdom cards are facing in one direction. I found this useful, once again, if you have people crowded around one part of the board, or if you've got, like my 13-year-old daughter generally complains about not being able to read things sideways or upside down quite as easily, so we usually turn these all facing her, and the rest of the adults will look at it from the side or even from the top. But you can, if you wish, rotate these around as well, so that you can have them turned crosswise to each other. When you are done playing, put your hands away once again. You can stack these up in here. Stack this here. Latch this shut. And this is pretty securely in there. Things aren't going to go getting out of whack in there. So it should keep everything together. So you can transport things easily and then store it nicely in this heirloom quality, display worthy box that can sit proudly on your shelf. I'm really excited by this. I'm really excited to offer it both to new customers and to customers who bought my storage products in the past. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to selling these.